All right, let's go. $3:30, not a bad starting time. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Good or good. Okay. Cool. Let's get on in here. What up, Bryson? Welcome in. Oh, Alex, welcome. All my sons, third. Third. You were very close. You probably spent a bunch of time looking for the 2, and then you like backspace because you accidentally hit first. By the time you hit second, you were third. What's up, Emery? I got your submission you're in. Pretty sure. Yeah, we got you. It's your boy. Welcome in. How we doing today? We excited? Decently long stream. Probably like 2 hours. We got 15 red slings, 3 maroon slings, 7 green slings, 2 blue slings. And this is a Dan level submission. It's already passed. We don't have to stress about it. We're going to celebrate and watch this Dan level submission. Super high quality. All right. So that's what we got on the agenda today. Let me grab some caffeine while you guys get in here. I'll be right back. All right. Green Sling Hall of Fame. Heel slid on the Rising Sun X-Plane exit. That's not on green. Death double. Death double. Sorry. Pretty sure it was your death double. It was just the cross plane that... Yeah. I kicked back. This was probably the record for like most number of videos that got kicked back. Let's check this out. I mean, it was just like all of yesterday. Kickback, 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 kickback. Like lots of kickbacks this time. Yeah, no, I'm just losing my mind a little bit. It was a lot of submissions. Surprisingly, few of them made it through. And, you know, by that, it's still probably the second or third biggest stream that we've ever had. So it's been cool. And I've watched everyone's video in the last like 3 days. So I'm pretty fresh up on what everyone submitted. So that's pretty cool. I'm surprised by all the green slings. 7 green slings, but only 3 maroon slings. I think it's just summer stuff, right? When I retire from Dojo certifications, do you know who will take the place? Not really. This is such an interesting position because it just takes a lot of like weird skills, right? So being able to like stream is one skill, and knowing how to set up and work OBS and live streaming through YouTube is like a whole skill set on its own. And then it requires like a lot of knowledge of the scoring system, a lot of being able to like communicate, go through all these and like be a strong communicator. Cause I get a lot of like instructor emails. I get a lot of like questions. And then of course you got to like know your stuff like on the drill side of things. There's a ton of like sub skills that kind of go into it. So yeah. I anticipate holding on to this position for probably 30 years. So you'll have me for a while. A lot can change in 30 years. You know, and people growing up with streaming might just be better at it, you know? Like these streams, I know these streams aren't like, they're not exciting. They're cool when your friends are doing it. They're cool when you're up, but like, it's not really a show for like other people. I tried streaming on Twitch for a little bit, but I just don't like talking like that. You know what I mean? I don't like talking constantly kind of on a stream. I'm actually like secretly very introverted. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but like I need like alone time to recharge. So, and Twitch it felt like social time. So I didn't stream on Twitch for long. I do a lot. I'll just say that. So, while you guys are getting in here, if you're just hanging out, chilling, if you head to drilldojo.com and you click up here, let's see, right here, where it says Drill Dojo Invitational, you can just sign up, like right now, right here. All you need is a name, email, shirt size, and sling level. So you're going to put in your name, and then Drill Dojo, whatever your email is, whatever your shirt size is, and whatever your sling level is. And then once you hit submit, you go through payment. Right now it's $50. It'll be $80 in a week. On June 11th, it moves to $80. This is a discounted competition entry. It gets you a free shirt. It gets you a free sling. It gets you competition entry. So let's talk about the competition real quick. This competition's against people who are just in your sling level. So we got an orange plus red sling. So that way, it should have been red sling, but there's a couple of orange sling drillers who I just want them to be able to participate. Maybe they're just not qualified for some reason. They're going to have to skip a trick or two. But if you're just kind of looking for the opportunity to go out there and spin, right? Maroon sling division, green sling division, and then blue and black is together because black sling drillers, it's too open of a curriculum. They'll be going on the blue sling curriculum. So that way there's like some sort of like congruency. 2 phases. Phase 1 is just a test out. All right, it's just a test out. And you're going to be graded on every single individual thing. 4 judges will be looking at each of the, you know how I'm looking at like all these different categories? 1 judge will analyze just hand pin, 1 for rifle, 1 for footwork, and 1 for body composition and facial bearing. Everything counts. So dropped rifle, you get a score of 0 from rifle precision judge, but the other judges still score as normal. Right? So weird stuff, different stuff. Then there's phase 2, which is going to be your normal competition, which is going to be like, how do you present yourself? How do you, drill? And then of course we got some cool awards. There's going to be NGA stocks. There's going to be drill rifles. There's going to be, sling badges. And at the very least, you'll get your cash back, and then there'll be gift cards on top of that. Right? So, there's going to be a little bit of cash prizes to be offered across the board. And then we go out to eat. So that's the whole competition. And it's, I guess this is really important. It takes place in Lake Mary, which is, let me see. Let's pull it up real quick. Lake Mary High School to Universal Studios. So yeah, it is 35 minutes from Universal Studios. So that's for you kids out there. But if you got any like grandparents that are in the villages, it's an hour and 23 from the villages. Disney World, 40 minutes. You'll want to fly in through MCO, which is the Orlando airport. So it's 38 minutes from MCO. If you need some rides, put out some feelers. So I'm sure people will be able to help you get from the airport to the school and back. Okay. This is going to be July 11th. July 11th. All right, it's a Saturday. It's the week after 4th of July. I really want this to be a success, so it would be sick if you guys signed up. All right. Well, how you guys feeling about getting started here? Been about 10 minutes. How's the music? Is it too low, too soft, too slow? I'm looking at the playlist that was auto-generated for me, and I'm not mad about it. Okay. Here looks to be the playlist. Absolutely curated for me. We're going to get Hyrule Cafe. I'm absolutely going to let Rocket League Lo-Fi play. Human music, great. Great. It's just great human music. Laura Brem, Faint. We're going to start moving into just like drum and bass era. And then, I don't know, just a bunch of like nerd stuff. Cool. Let's jump into it. All right. So as usual, start on red sling. And we'll start from the very bottom. Joaquin, good luck.
Go. Double aerial.
Good, no penalty.
Double side toss horizontal catch.
Good, no penalty. I'll take it. Nice. Nice, even had the hand pin there. Good. Looked at for hand pin as well. I like it. Good right hand drag. I love it. I love when it's smooth sailing. All right, we're going to take our first penalty here for sure, which is going to be minor on the hand pin distance, and then, or sorry, minor on the hand pin being open, moderate on the hand pin distance. Okay, stutter step out. All right, little tappy taps, kind of missed with that second hand. That's going to be moderate. And then catch angle, also going to be moderate. All right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Easy. With a score 91, you don't have to worry about tenure or anything. You're in there. Let's get this open. Joaquin. Full qualification. Very nice. It's going to be passed. When you get to Jerry's Black Sling Dan, you should play Wild by Tiesto. Maybe. I don't think I've listened to that song. When did it come out? 2018? Yeah, it's probably been 8 years. Christian, good luck. All right, so heels off the ground. Big overcatch. I'm gonna do moderate. One for the bend. Basically, it's a minor for the bend and a minor for the ankle, and then a minor for the padding. And then you had a stutter step, or just heels off the ground. That's kind of a stutter step. Pretty much you like way over through it. If you get doubles like that, I mean, instead of taking 6 points off your first trick, just start over. You know what I mean? We're going to take heels off the ground. You've got the muscle. I'm surprised you're like putting so much of your body into it, because you've got the muscle and you've got the strength for it, right? You're going to hit a major on the catch angle, a moderate on the padding, and moderate on the step there. I can see your hand pins slipping forward here. I can't tell if it's open or not, but I saw it slip in front of the jeans, so I know it wasn't pinned. All right, so hand pin is open here and away from body. Footwork's a little bit off. It's shaky. You can take that first step out, but the second step I don't really like, and it's just kind of like too shaky. You still overthrew it. I think you overthrew all of your tricks so far, in some capacity or another. Just a little bit of that angle, dipped in front. Not bad though. All right. Yeah, so I like BTBs over sidewalk because I can get good footwork. I would recommend moving this over to the sidewalk where the rifle's over the grass, but your body's over the sidewalk. That helps me quite a bit. And since you have it available. You do have a raptor claw, which is going to be that hand pushed up into your chest while you turn. Right there. And then the little stumble is going to cost 2 points. Good, no penalty. Okay, hand pin loose, hand pin moved away from your body. Footwork could be do more pivots rather than steps, I would recommend, if you can in that grass. That was really good though. That was really good. So we're over 20 points lost, so I'm just going to give you feedback as we go for the last couple of tricks. Okay, because this isn't going to pass. For this one, tuck it a little bit closer to your arm here. And let's see where you grabbed it. You grabbed it at the right place, but your release, yes, this hand, you're going to take that and move it in toward your shoulder, right? So inside, you're almost, I call it monkeying. You're going to like take the rifle and you're going to monkey it. Okay, so like hit your, like literally hit your armpit with your hand. That's going to put it so that you don't have to like, goes, if your hand's out this way, your other hand's going to pop out just like this. Okay, and then you're going to want to take that step. So all of that, several more points. Okay, not bad. You were a little scared of it, right? Yeah, it's that first step back that was like a little bit rough. That would have been pretty easy though. All right. Christian won't be today, but not bad. All right, Tristan. Let me see if I can do something like this. It's going to be at... It's gonna be too much. All right. We're just gonna move into it. All right, Tristan. Good luck. This one's Tristan here. He had another submission just before it, so I know which one I'm looking at. Okay, heels off the ground. One hand caught on the sling, and catch angle a little bit off. Good, no penalty. Good, no penalty. Okay, I need a little bit more structure in the hand pin. It got there, so no penalty, but it was a little bit slow getting there, right? Good, you kept the hand pin the whole time. Try not to bounce up and down with your knees, but no penalty. We're going to do a moderate on the hand pin there. It hung up a little bit high. But then you were thinking about it and you brought it back down, which was nice. Good. Pulled you forward just a little bit. You are allowed to take that one step forward with it if you'd like. That was good. No penalty. Very good. Trusted it. I'll take it. No penalty. You could have more structure in your body, but no penalty. All right. That was pretty good. Very straightforward. 2, 4, 6, 7. It's 93. Just in. Full pass. Brings us to Angel. Siptar, welcome in. You made a team called Phantom Raiders. Congratulations. Oh, did I go down for a second? I guess I'm still... BTB is the move of doom and despair. It gets everybody, dude. I'm not doing requests today. It's just too many people now. These used to be like 15 people would submit every qualification cycle. And I think the last one we had like 40. And this one's got like 27. So in the interest of speed, I just go in order now. For the most part. I think it'll be that way for a while. I might move to twice a month streams. Okay, by the way. Before the Drill Dojo Invitational on July 11th, we have to do a bunch of streams, right? So the next stream will be the 18th, Thursday the 18th, then Thursday the 25th, then Thursday July 2nd, and then Thursday July 9th. Okay? So we got 4 streams between now and the Invitational. So we're going to see how many people submit during that time. And if like... So my suspicion is that the workload won't go down if I do more streams in a month. Like if I do 2 streams in a month, I think a lot of people will end up like actually submitting videos that are a little less ready, and it'll actually cause more work. That's my intuition. But if it actually like moves us down to about 15 people a stream rather than like 30 per month, then I would be moving. I'd want to move to like 2 a month, right? So that way I could spend a little bit more time on each stream and feel like I can give like more attention and requests and stuff. But if it is like a lot of people are, you know, it's 30 every stream, no matter if I do it once a month or twice a month, and it's just a matter of like quality, I'd rather have the higher quality videos that I can kind of move through quickly and the people are ready and spend more time in like a qualification set rather than trying to like rush every 2 weeks to get something out, you know? So that's my line of thinking. Good, no penalty. You're going to take Raptor Clawing. Oh, wait. Interesting technique, I think. No, okay. For a second, I thought you threw it like with your hand still on the inside. Anyway, great Hell's Whip. All right, hand pin open. Good. 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 Very nice. All right. Full step back, hand moved away from the side, and was it open? Yeah. Okay, little grabby grab. 4, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. It's going to be an 86. That's good enough to pass. So, Angel, you're going to pass with the tenure. Tenure means you got to submit again at the red sling level before you can move on. And you got to reach a score of 90 before you can do a maroon sling certification. All right. But congratulations, it is a full certification. No need to tell people you're red sling tenured. You're just full red sling. Apollo, you're next. Let's check chat. You almost got all the green tricks. Green was like my hard one. I had a lot of hard time with the green sling. Give me a second here. Yeah, when I made the curriculum, blue sling was where I hung out. That was where I spent all my time training, and green sling was where I spent the least time training. So when I made the curriculum and had to film all of it in once, green sling was the one that held me back. You passed maroon sling 2 months ago. I just got the sling yesterday. What happened? What happened was like a really big competition happened. So you probably got qualified like April 20th stream, and then from April 20th I flew to Rocky Mountain, and then nationals, all of nationals. And then there was the next live stream, and then about the week after that, I got all the slings sewed up and ready. So it was just a lot of work in the last month. But you got it. You can send multiple sling certifications if you're not red sling certified. Once you are red sling, once you submit your first red sling, if that makes live stream, you're locked into progression cycle. But if you're just starting out, you can skip having to wait to submit, and you could submit up to your highest so you can get into the dojo really fast. All right, Apollo, good luck. Good. Okay, hand pin open away from side. Good. Hand pin loose. Good. Okay, hand pin loose and not pinned. All right. Good, minor on catch. Hand pin still licks loose here. You're going to want to tighten that up quite a bit. Good. Good. Pulled you forward a little bit. Good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Paulo, congratulations. You're going to get a full qual here. Past live stream. Justin, good luck.
We're live.
We should sell a helmet on the Drill Dojo. There's no shame in the helmet. I have one that I use for some of my training on big tricks. It's going to be major on catch angle, unfortunately. Good. What is the rifle doing here? It looks like it's flipping wrong axis. then it corrects. It's just a weird, yeah, it's flipping wrong axis for sure. It's just a weird thing about the rifle flipping and then it flipping on top of it. Okay, a little bit of an angle there. You can see it like vertical, like somewhere around there. Good, no penalty. All right, hand pin loose, hand pin slipped in front, but nice control. Good. Probably the trick that warranted a helmet. Okay. Pretty good. Your hand pin found its home, but like it was open when it did. Good. Just a loose hand pin. It slipped away from your side and it was wide open. A lot of people think about what the rifles do under in that one and then they forget their hand pin. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's going to be an 88. Which, generally happy. You're going to get tenure. But it always hurts to have that last trick put you into tenure. Just focus on hand pin a little bit and that first catch, just make it totally flat. You're overthrowing it a little bit. But congratulations, you are going to get your red sling. Tenure means you got to hit that 90 scores, so you'll submit again for red sling before getting to maroon. But not bad. Christopher, you're going to be next. Let's check in with chat. If you haven't gone through red, you can submit, but you got to go in order. You have to submit your red and maroon and green and blue in order to get it. Yeah, it'll be a minute before we get there. A Drill Dojo Chrome Dome, you're so right. How do you catch a quad? Same way you catch a triple? Just lock it in. If you're struggling with it, do bicep curls. Because a lot of people don't realize, but like aerial catches are all about biceps. So go to the gym and do bicep curls, and that's going to help you like lock in those quads. Christopher Chandler, good luck. Okay. One hand caught on the sling instead of the rifle. It was a great double though. Little angle. Very good. Good. All right, not bad. How far? Okay, hand pin's not pressed into the chest, so you're just gonna lose the 2 for moderate distance. 1 for hand pin being open. Definitely could have been close tighter, at least. Good. Good. Second hand needed to be added. It's good. No penalty. This definitely did get pulled back a little bit. The lean. Let me see. Usually that knocks off hand pin. It kind of did. Good, no penalty. I think that's it. Nice scoreline, very aesthetic. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 91. Full pass. Congratulations, Chris. Teddy, good luck. Kind of a little over-guided. You trust it a little bit more. Good. Good. All right, just hand pin. Yeah, just hand pin. It's the opposite of how I usually step, but it hit my core components there, so you're good. Good. Hand pin again. 1 for distance, 1 for being open. Okay. Good. Okay, same hand pin problem that's been plaguing the other tricks. Good. Good. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9. Teddy, you're gonna pass. Congratulations. Riker, good luck.
Go.
After Riker, I'll check on chat. Good, no penalty. Good, no penalty. Rifle spun along wrong axis, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Good hand pin though. Good. Hand pin was just a little in front of the body. Good. Good. All right, so I think on the setup here, I found it this way, but definitely hand moving around as you're throwing it, and then all that's fine. Good. Be a major. Major on the angle and kind of like the, I'm gonna lump it in because it's hard to tell the angle when I'm lumping it with like the second hand kind of grabbing around. We're just gonna give you 8 points of penalty. Reka, congratulations. Full pass. Good advice. I think almost everybody who can throw a triple of any sort can throw a quad. That's my opinion. And I think most people can throw triples. Drill Dojo commented Texas for a comp. I'm trying to go. So I should be a full-on social studies teacher next year at a high school. So once the school year starts, it's going to get a little dicey. But I'm hoping to go to the Texas competition that's usually late August. Lone Star Championships. So that'll be hopefully something I can do this year. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, Clayton, good luck.
Go. Double air.
Good. All right, no need for a wind up, yeah? It's a little bit low on the catch. You kind of like bent over for it, right? All right, so we got hand pin open and loose, and then I think the rifle going on wrong axis here. Yeah, so that'll be 2 points there. Good. Little angled, but not going to take a penalty today. Good. Good. Very nice. All right, not bad. We're going to take hand pin open, moderate distance from body, lean to catch. Those scorpion tosses are hard. I send a lot of videos back for people not being able to crank it the full spin. Okay, so that was over guided. So realistically, your release point should have your elbow attached to your side. So moderately over guided, hand pin open, hand pin not entirely by your side. Open, yep. Okay. Good, I looked like you were going for a skull breaker. It's funny. All right, second hand being added later. That ought to do it. Good. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. Clayton, congratulations. You're qualified. You're qualified with tenure. Again, that just means you got to hit 90 on your next stream in order to make it. And then what was it again? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So score of 85. All right, well done, Clayton. Emery, you hanging with us? Still here? You're next. Yeah, once info is out for Lone Star, I'll know a little bit more. And also, like, I was a JRTC instructor last year as a long-term sub. So now that I'm moving to the social studies department, there's just a process. So there's a chance things fall through. Mint Danica, welcome in. All right, Emery, good luck. Good, no penalty. Okay, catch here. Is gonna be moderate. Good. Check handpin. Yeah, handpin did slip in front. Good. Good. Nice. I think your handpin just needed a little bit extra to come in, like a little extra time there. So open, yeah, open, and then did like a little bit away. Good. No penalty. All right, not bad. Good trust, other than your other hand slips behind there. Like almost doesn't trust it all the way. Good. All right, a little walked in, but not a problem. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Emery, this is a great call. You don't have to worry about tenure. You can just submit straight on through to Maroon. Congratulations. That was super straightforward. I love it. Cool. Yeah, very well done. All right, that takes us to Dominic. Dominic, good luck. All right, catch angle, almost a major, but it's going to be a moderate. It's right on the line. Good, no penalty. Good. Think handpin slips away. Yep. Just tighten up that handpin a little bit. Good. Good. Nice. We are looking at handpin. Kind of the same deal as Emery there. It's just a little in front of your body. Make sure as soon as you release, you find a pinpoint, like right on the seam of your pants. Nice. Other than handpin stays closed, it just slips a little bit away on that transition there. Do you see? Yeah, right there. I can see like right through it. Okay, not bad. We're going to take handpin. I'm going to give it to you on it being closed because it's almost closed. You're going to take 2 points on the stutter step, that little side step there. Good? Good. All right, Dominic. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dominic, you just made it. No tenure. You can go straight on through to Maroon. Well done. Yeah, rifle's cool. That's the bolt broke off, right? The little backside of the bolt, because I looked at it a long time, and it's hard to tell that there's a bolt in it, but there is a bolt in it, right? Because on Maroon Sling, I start looking at parts. There's parts requirements for Maroon Sling. I just want to make sure that there is a bolt thing that's in the middle, because I know you guys don't have the butt plate there. Yeah, it happens. I've seen it a couple times. We'll figure that out. In the meantime, SJ, good luck. Good. Just handpin being open and away, because I could see straight through that handpin too. Good. Solid precision with the rifle. Good. Good. Very nice. All right. Couple issues right there. The rifle twists around the wrong direction. So just kind of a critical error in the setup of the trick. Then you kind of panic here. That hand does a full reach for it. I'm going to take a major for it because it does a full reach around to control it when it should be hand pinned. All right, so I'm going to do a minor for like once you tapped it, the rifle turned around, and then a moderate for using that second hand to try and control it. Okay, solid. But that step, you can take a stutter step penalty. All right, 2, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you're gonna get an 87 today, which isn't too bad. So SJ, you're gonna have to do tenure. That just means you're gonna have to submit again to get a score of 90 before you can do maroon sling. But you get your full red sling qualification, and you're good to go. All right, last two red sling here. We got Joey Yoon. Good luck. Oh, yeah. This one makes me feel like I'm like cross-eyed. Good, no penalty. Good, no penalty. Solid. Good. All right, we're going to take our first penalty here, which is going to be a raptor claw. Good. Kind of hand pin a little loose. Angle a little bit angled. Very clean. Joey, congratulations. Full pass. Also, we have officially moved to the Rocket League Lo-Fi, which is literally one of my favorite like music compilations. All right. Passed. And Andrew Ellis, you're going to close this out here. Submitted 1 hour ago. Good luck. Good. 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 Nice. Good. Nice. All right, handpin was a little late coming in. Good. Tad over guided. Not going to be a problem for the qual, but you should know. I love it. The slow movement made it really crisp. Slight angle, I think. Not really going to be a problem. Qualifies. This guy's from UNG. And they do Worlds every year. Really happy to have you at Worlds, by the way. Andrew, congratulations. Clean red sling. You're going to pass entirely. Yeah, angle a little bit angled. What else you going to do? All right. Only 3 maroon slings. So we're going to crush these. Jaidev, you're up first. Make sure these aren't tenure breaks. This looks fresh. Yeah, okay, so the first qual attempt. Let's see, is this, if I go, that'll be fine. All right, within margin. Not perfect, but within margin. No penalty. Good. Very nice. Angle. Bend over. Feet stay planted. That's good. All right, major into catch angle. Good, no penalty. Nice catch. Good. Nice staging. Moderate at angle there. Almost a raptor call. We're just going to do a moderate on handpin. Which brings us to 10 points of penalty. Perfect. No need to worry about tenure. I'll see you on green sling when you're ready for that. Congratulations, that's a full qual. Cahill, good luck. This is first qual attempt. All right, let's do it.
That's right, this is first try.
Good, no penalty. Good. Just a little bit of padding in the knees. 4, 5. Good. You could lower that closer to your head and it'll come out cleaner. Interesting. This guy reminds me of Tinsley. Yeah, I'll take it. No penalty. I think the spins need to be tightened up. I think that's kind of what tripped me off. It looked like very slowly rotating, but certainly not bad. This is like mini Tinsley. All that was good. Handpin good. A little bit of stumble in the footwork, just a minor. Good. Nice snap on the head. Good. Nice snap on the stop. Good. Cool. Yeah, super solid. We flew through it. Kahil, good. Congratulations. You're going to get a 98 today. And Manuel, you're last. All right, Manuel, good luck. Do a minor catch. I think so, right? Yeah, those are all skips. Good. Okay. So, handpin distance. And it was open at one point. Yeah, it's just loose. Okay. Let me think about that. I feel like the footwork was because you were scared of it. Let's call it a stutter step. We'll call it a stutter step. Okay, so let's go over everything as it happens. First off is going to be heels off the ground. And then hand pin is loose and not pinned. Stutter step. That should be everything. Okay, you'll take a secondary adjustment before the trick. That's the little slipping it down a little bit. No penalty. Catch landed it sideways, but within margin. You're fine. Okay, hand pins open. Hand pins not by your side. Yeah, full step back. Really, it's side step out and then full step back. Moderate on the catch. Good. Just heels off the ground. Hand pin. Loose knot by this side. Okay, hand pin knot closed, and then moderate distance away. Alright, just make sure that close that hand behind you. It doesn't need to be pinned, but does need to be closed. Alright, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 73. Mostly, I would say hand pins. I think most of these are hand pins. If you can close out your hand pins, you're good to go. Alright, so you won't pass today, but it doesn't matter, because next time just score over 90, and it's like the same thing, right? We will do... Cool. All right. You're going to see if you can get anyone in Embry-Riddle Aeronautic University Prescott Honor Corps to do certifications, to like get them out there a little bit more. Heck yeah. Is that going to be, is that Arizona or is that Florida, by the way? Yeah, is that really Ethan Tinsley's nephew? That'd be crazy. Yes, green is next. We have 7 green sling submissions, which is huge. Green sling's tough. And then 2 blue, and then we're going to celebrate with watching this black sling. So it's going to go Hayden, Trevor, Javier, and then Robert, I got you. Mingyoung, Sean, Eddie. Looks like we're moving to the drum and bass playlist stuff. All right, give me a second to use the restroom, and then we'll get started with Hayden. Okay, Daytona. Yeah, Daytona's the Florida campus. Prescott is Prescott, Arizona. Got it. Okay. So the only thing I look at is going to be you have to have at least one between the bolt and the butt plate. Well, I live in Orlando, so I'm really close to Daytona. So if anyone wants to like figure out drill stuff from there, I can help them out. All right, Hayden, good luck. Make sure. I feel like I see Hayden a lot. I don't know why I have this here. Hayden is at least a blue sling. Is it just weight? Hold on. Maybe it's just weight, because this looks like NGA. Maybe before it wasn't. Let me check something. Huh. It's got to be weight. All right, let's give it a full weight. Watch through. All right, good luck, Hayden. All right. I feel it's just the hand pin there. Excellent, like, composure, and then at the last second you pulled your hand pin in, like, to your lap. Clean. Good, no penalty. Good. Very nice. Good. Maybe this was supposed to be a Hall of Fame, and I forgot. We still have that hand pin thing, so it wouldn't make Hall of Fame, but little catch angle. But it's great. It's a great call. Yeah, very nice. Catch angle. Nice. All right. Yeah, this is super solid. You're already green sling qualified, so now you've got it on the weight. But let's see what we can do here. All right, I'm gonna qualify your new one. Let me see. Can I do? All right, I'll make a little note for myself here. We're gonna pull last year's green sling. Which for some reason doesn't have an entry. I had to manually enter it. That's okay. All right, Aiden, congratulations. That is pass. Trevor, good luck. Good, no penalty. Good, no penalty. Good, no penalty. Good. Little hand pin kind of thing. Nice, hand pin again. Hand pin. Good. Very nice. This guy's built like Robbie Zyko. Handpin slipped in front of the body a little bit while you were waiting for it. Good. Trevor, this was easy. Full pass. Well done. Javier. Good luck. Oh, this is not the same. This might be Javier. There's a Javier from Singapore, but this is, I think maybe this is Javier from Texas. All right, good luck. Nice. Did you take a step though? No. Okay. Very nice quad. Nice triple left left. Good. 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 Little like pace kind of thing where it like hits and then trying to change its pace. Just a panicked catch overall. Like 2 or 3 stutter steps all at once. Good. Nice. Great hand pin too. That's rough. Stutter step. And then hit your foot. All right. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points. I'm going to take it. I'm going to leave it right there. This was really good. You're ready to move on. I'll see you at the blue sling. Passed. Perfect. Robert, you still with us? I think the lower, faster full ninjas are actually easier. And you can really do a slower, like a lower, fast-paced full ninja without looking, and that's the best. All right, Robert, you're up. Good luck. Okay, catch angle. Good, no penalty. Good, no penalty. A little bit angled in front, so watch that in the future, especially as they get bigger. All right, catch angle for sure. loss of balance requiring stutter step. That was probably the fault of the grass. Okay. So as soon as this hand releases, you're going to want to find your hand pin. So the fact that it stays up there, a little rough, and then you're pulled off balance, which is a little rough. Hopefully the back half is pretty clean. Hopefully you front loaded. Okay, so that's going to be a major angle and a moderate for kind of see that second hand kind of missing it, needed to be added after the fact. Okay, not bad. I do recommend, it feels like the grass is kind of getting in your way here because you got pulled off balance again. Think about your hand pins on that too. I'm not going to take a penalty, but like the hand pins kind of like slipped in front of your body. Good hand pin there. All right, I do like the handshake catches. I don't know if that's in curriculum yet, but curriculum starting in the next school year at least, handshake catches are going to be required. So that overhand's not going to be allowed anymore. And then stutter stepping backwards. So yeah, we're above the 20-point threshold here. So the rest of this is just going to be feedback. Okay, stutter stepping, once you release, make sure you kind of keep those feet planted, right? So leaving the ground is going to be a penalty, and then all the stutter steps going to be a penalty as well. The full ninja of the 8 points really got you there. Okay, stutter step once your feet off the ground. Another stutter step penalty. All right, Robert, it's not going to be this stream. How close are you? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 25, 27, 29, 31. Okay, so you're going to clean up the full ninja, and you're probably, I would say, maybe the right shoulder toss. That'll get you at least a tenure. All right? Robert, sorry, it's not going to be this stream. You went through the entire doctor visit for shot and physical and you still went. Perfect. You made it. I appreciate that. The cover art. It's cool. All right, Ming Young. Good luck. Good. No penalty. Very built like cats. Good. 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 This is sick. I'm impressed. Can take a major, unfortunately. Catch angle. Catch angle. Good. Clean. Good. Hand pin slipped in front of your body a little bit. That was great. You're gonna 94. Easy pass. Well done. All right, Sean. Sean's up next. Yeah, sorry, Robert. It doesn't have a minimum. I take 3 as the minimum. 3 transitions, 3 crosses from one hand to the other. But it should be specified. You're right. A little bit walked in. You missed the angle, and then you walked it in a little bit tight. Good. Good. Nice. All right, second hand and angle. All right, so this is a little bit of a debate, and I've kind of come down as on double rising suns, right? So full ninja refers to the catch. Double rising sun is the actual trick, and you wouldn't catch a rising sun like this. So I'm going to start penalizing it more and more heavily. Right now, it's just going to be a moderate. This will jump to a major once I really specify it in a training video, okay? So it's just like misunderstanding a core component, which is that downwards grab from rising sun. It's frequent enough, and it really needs its own video. Good. All right, so a lot going on here. Let me take a look in slower motion. Okay, knee touches. Feet stay planted. Okay, there is a secondary adjustment step. Low bend. And then you pull it out. Nice. Good, little lean forward. Good. All right, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, congratulations. You're going to pass with tenure, Sean. So you're going to have to score above a 90 in order to move on, but everyone takes a long time on blue sling. But congratulations, you're going to earn your green sling here. Which, since you already had a green sling, is actually not going to do anything for you. So you're not out of tenure yet. But take it all back. You did not break tenure. Yep, yeah. So I sometimes don't notice until I like check. So this is what my portal looks like. So okay, if you see looking over at the other screen, it's either scoring or I got my portal here. So a lot of times, like I'll see this, but it only showed me like 20 to 26, right? So I'll like filter for like Hayden's or whatever, right? So Sean Fulton, oh, that's fun. 2024, he got his white sling. But until I put the name in, I don't get to see all the information, right? And so I get to see like, oh, cool, qualified green sling here. So here's like the name. And then here's where it throws like the information. So that's where I like get my info from. Hey, congratulations on earning your red sling. Jay the Cross, what's your name? What did you submit as? I've been having some issues with the uploader lately. Okay, Justin Cross. Check your emails. Sorry you've been waiting. No, just kidding. Hold on. I think this is my fault. It looks like I have it. It just got filed in the wrong place. May 19th. All right, hold on. Let's go through it. No, I did. Why? There was something wrong with it? No, I saw this one. There was something wrong with it. Why did the email not send, though? That's... okay, weird. All right, Justin, hold on. I'm looking into it. I saw this video because your friends are in the background doing inappropriate stuff. Which in a way I was relieved because I was like, oh, cool. I won't have to put that on stream, but it does look like the email that I wrote or I remember writing didn't go through to you. No, June 3rd. Refilm required. Oh, easy. It looks like you shipped too much weight. I've got missing bolt and missing butt plate. Is that right? It's too late. There's the missing butt plate and the missing bolt. Yeah, you got to add back one component. You should have gotten an email from me 2 days ago. Sorry about that. All right, we're going to move on to Eddie, though. Eddie, you're up. Good, no penalty. Good, no penalty. Good. Good. Catch angle. Minor for inefficient footwork. Just, you took like kind of one more step than I would have liked to see to get to that angle. All right, I'll take it. It is like, okay, so it's curled inside the arm. Oh, what do I want to do about that? Okay, so I feel like the core component of the full ninja is, or the double rising sun, is like the thumb. It pops off the thumb. But you do hit the right amount of rotation here. I'm going to solve that later and just give you a moderate. I do want to see off the thumb. I think it should be maybe a major, and I really need to solidify that. I need to do like greatest hits of common penalties. Okay, inefficient footwork for sure. Okay, big step back. 2 steps, 2 hops. So that's double stutter stepping. All right, perfect. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's an 85. Eddie, congratulations. You passed with tenure, so you got to do another submission in order to break tenure, which means getting a score of 90 before you can submit for blue. But you do officially have a green sling. Yeah, it's okay. Honestly, Justin, I was like not sure if I was going to let it just because of your friends in the background. So this is better for both of us. You feel me? All right, Bryson, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you staying around. Well, would what be a moderate? Rotate on the wrong axis. You're right that it's a moderate for rotating on wrong axis. Oh, you're talking about the full ninja? So I interpret it as, and there's different degrees that I have for it, but the specific one that I look at is a trick done improperly that is understanding a trick component's enough to warrant credit, but resulting trick lacks a critical component. Parentheses objective. I only have it under moderate, but I do shuffle it around to moderate, or I only have it under major, but I shuffle it around. Sorry, I have it I have it major and double major, but I feel like when I need to specify it in a weird way, like in a video or something, I play with the points. Subjective. So that's how I'm feeling it is, because what I want people to take out of that trick is popping off the thumb, like that is the thing I want them to pull from it. It's just end of the school year. Everyone's excited. I understand. You clicked. You don't know. Have I seen the Backrooms movie? I've not seen the Backrooms movie. No. Did you like it? All right, Lord Ernest Torres, welcome back. Lord Ernest Torres is going to take a double major for back roll, I want to say. This is just special because I want to make sure he has feedback. He's first submission in like almost 3 years, I think. So, was it not back roll? Maybe I kicked that one back. No, what is it? It's make sure I know what I'm doing before I. Lord Ernest Torres. For Rising Sun X-Plane Exit. It's a cool X-Plane Exit. It's not what I'm looking for. That's what it is. Okay, but the rest of the qualification's sick. So we're gonna roll. Catch angle, I think. Yeah. Good. 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 No penalty. Clean. Hold on. I want to make sure you guys can see. Okay, yeah, you can see all right. Okay, little stumble step. No, that's fine. It pulls you forward a little bit, but it's okay. No penalty. Okay, so the 2 is for the stutter steps. The 1 is that your hand pin slipped away a little bit. Good, no penalty. That's going to be your double major for basically like not rotating enough. Okay, so heels off the ground, stutter step, and then it pulls you back and you have to turn around. That's going to be a full major. It's basically like a full step. All right. So 10, 11, 17. Yeah, so my intuition's right. You're still going to be above 80 here. Man, without that last trick, you would have crushed 90 even with the 6-point penalty. So Lord Ernest Torres, congratulations. I want you to show me a video literally just next month, or the next stream, which is in 2 weeks. Just doing the Rising Sun double, like the exit that's just like as shown in the video. And you're going to be good to go there. But congratulations, that's blue sling. If you do the Drill Dojo Invitational, you're now in the highest tier, and you really should. That was a really solid blue sling qualification. So you're in there. All right, last video that needs to be graded will be Austin Jury. You got done with JCLC, it was long? Yeah. Leadership Camp SAR. Yeah, I'm not into like horror films, so I wanted to see Mortal Kombat 2. That's like what's in theater right now that I'd like to see. Yeah, just get the X-Plane exit fine. And then one other penalty has to go. So even without that, you're at 89. So the reason you took that major and that full step point was that I went that stationary and it pulled you away from stationary. So that's a full step, you feel? Austin was in the background of your video. That's funny. Out of curiosity, saw a while ago you allowed people to submit sling quals bladed. I've never seen anybody do it. Would you be able to restart the sling curriculum bladed? I don't like to encourage it. Generally, if you're like a bladed only driller, I encourage you to do it like on your own. I have a bladed curriculum kind of in the background ready to go, but I don't want to encourage that until training bayonets are publicly available from some source. So it's still a little bit iffy with like bayoneted stuff. So no, I don't think I want to see people going back through it with the bladed, especially because like even when I made the new like bladed, when I have a bladed curriculum, it doesn't start at like white sling. It's not the same thing that just redone. It starts at a higher level because you shouldn't even touch a blade until you can throw quads with like without a blade. You feel? So yeah, I would just do it on your own and kind of grade yourself, and that's going to help you be a better driller as well if you can grade yourself that way. Just, I'm pretty sure, yeah, because we're on the last sling wall. So if this isn't you, and it's not, it's Austin, then you'll do a little bit of scrolling. All right, Austin, last video grade. Good, no penalty. Solid. That's like right at the line. I'm gonna let it slide. No penalty. Okay, stutter step. Interesting, because there's handpin like slips in front for half a second. You're like riding the line on like penalty and not penalty. in a couple places. Good. 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 Yeah, I'll take it. I was looking at that footwork there. I had to slow these down. These are so cranked that I thought they were doubles, but they're triples. It's nuts. Good. Good. I think just heels off the ground a little bit. Did I see that right? I mean, just a touch. And I bent over for the catch a little bit. I don't know. At this point, I probably wouldn't take it if you were on the line. You feel? So that's a 10-year break for sure. Go ahead and resubmit that black sling so that I have it. But yeah, easy 10-year break. Well done, Austin. All right, so that brings us to one more video, but it doesn't have to be graded. Why doesn't it have to be graded? Everyone in chat says all at the same time. Because this was Jeremiah Ross's attempt at a Hall of Fame black sling Dan level. And it scored a 99 out of 100, which is infuriating for so many reasons. But, yeah. Do you have any advice for flattening out your heavens whips? No, none. I barely can catch those. That was like my, in Daytona, my double heavens whip was the trick that's like my 50-50. Like, it just wasn't sure if it was going to land. I was very happy when it did. I got nothing for heavens whips. Any whips? Not my jam. I'm an aerialist. Do all the aerial stuff. That's my specialty. All right, let's enjoy Jeremiah Ross's score of 99 out of 100 on a black sling Dan level. I'll tell you the 1 point he lost. He took a penalty for the knee not touching the ground, but since in Dan level you don't take penalties for things required to get height, he didn't lose points. That angle right there, that's it. It falls into place. Just a little angled. His body's a little angled right there as well. And I was just, that's a minor.
Triple skip.
I love that his windup for the triple skip is also a triple left. Like, that's just fun. Sick.
Quad held whip.
Nothing. Like, it's nothing. It's ridiculous.
UTL varial.
Easy.
Quad BTB.
It's like not stumbling, not losing balance, not leaning.
Over the head quad.
I think his hands are like right next to each other too. It just lands perfectly. I thought about like the knee thing as well, but it's a very controlled like going to the knee on it, so it felt intentional and I allowed it. So yeah. His probably weighs, looking at it, it's like 7.8ish. It's like kind of the same as like what you would just buy from Glendale and put into an NGA stock. Mid-cert to get a cleaner. As long as there's a butt plate as well, you can do one or the other has to be there at least. All right. Well, that's it for the stream. I told you it'd be about 2 hours, and here we are at an hour 51. So yeah. Okay. Especially if you can get to Florida on July 11th, I want you guys to sign up for the Drill Dojo Invitational. From now through June 11th, it is $50 registration fee and not $80 as normal. After June 11th, it rises back to $80. With your fee, you're getting a Drill Dojo t-shirt and a new sling. No matter what sling level you are, you're going to get a free sling. You're expected to wear the shirt when you compete. You're expected to use the sling when you compete. Their prizes, if you're a blue or black sling level, the winner of that's going to get the same credit on the Dan level that a world championship would get. If you're in high school, that credit will apply after graduation. Okay? So even if you're in high school, you can earn your Dan level and you just pocket it for after graduation. So Dan level doesn't apply until you're post high school, but you will still get it and it'll apply as soon as you graduate. All right? Do we do deliveries to Germany? I think so. So all of my procurement and shipping is done by Glendale Parade Store. And so I don't touch inventory anymore. So I can't answer that directly, but I know we do ship a lot overseas. I know we ship to Spain and stuff. But Germany shouldn't be a problem. What we have with drill rifles, if you're going to ship to Germany, if you're going to pay all the shipping price, you're going to want this one anyway. It's $3.99, but it is what it is the New Guard America stock is like an unbreakable resin. We license part of this off of like New Guard America themselves. But these stocks literally feel the best. It's the same material as in seam build and construction as the colored stocks. The parts also fit into the colored stocks as well. So, and this is the only way to get gold parts. This guy altogether was 7.8. All right. And 7.8 is a really nice, like, it feels great. It's what I used in Daytona for my demonstration. I just put it into a gold stock. Honestly, if you're going to ship all the way to Germany, pay those shipping costs, I wouldn't bother with anything else. You're going to want that one. If that's something that's like, maybe you want to get the stock separately, you don't like the black stock, you can get a large NGA parts kit in black for $219 and then go get a stock from New Guard America for another like $250. And then you can have any color you want. So that's the jam there. And that's drilldojo.com and then Drill Dojo shop and everything. It works for everybody. Yeah. I'd say people, so this is the rifle I say is kind of like getting your first starter guitar from First Act. It's not, or like Fender, that's like a low model, right? A professional's not going to be using it. But if you're just trying to work your way around a guitar for the first time, if you're just trying to work your way through a drill rifle for the first time, this is great. This is what the schools use. The schools buy this for, everybody. It's fine. But professionals do use this one. It is a nice, like, feeling high quality drill rifle. And you will find these parts and these pieces on the World Championships floor all over the place. This guy, you won't find it over, like, anywhere. So, yeah, go for this guy. It's like, so some of the pieces that are going to break, like this guy will break if you drill over concrete, the upper sling swivel. I've had this clip break, but like the main components aren't going to break, right? The barrel bolt, sometimes this part right at the end here, right there, sometimes you'll get a snap. But generally, like, this stays in one piece. Whereas this guy might have more, like, breakages, and it feels a little bit harder when you're hitting it. It's just something about the NGA stocks is just built different. Yeah. And we're going to Drill Nationals for Air Force JRTC next March. High chance Glendale will be there. I would say it's a good chance I'm going to a lot of the Nationals next year. Grassy front yard, perfect. You'll, for the most part, get away with both of them. But if you do get this one and you go further into the community, you're going to end up getting this one, like guaranteed. All right. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. The next stream. All right, so listen. The next stream's going to be June 18th. Another stream on June 25th. Another stream on July 2nd. Another stream on July 9th. All of this is building to the Drill Dojo Invitational in Florida. If you're looking to get a trip to Florida and compete only against people in your skill level, that's the way to do it. Oh, you got the... I love the wallet. All right. Go outside and drill. Have fun. Happy drilling, guys.